Hi, I'm Brad Peterson with Heatseeker Automotive. I get a lot of questions from dealers, general managers, always wondering how much hardware do I really need for my dealership? And when we take a look at this, in the old world, that was a valid question because you had a room full of servers, you had blinking lights and all this stuff, you had switches, you had routers, you had firewalls, you had all these things, and nobody knows what this stuff does. But a new application comes along and you're buying something new and you're buying something new, and pretty soon the room is just filled up with a bunch of stuff. Nobody knows what's in there, and you can't even fit another thing in this room. If that sounds familiar, I've been there, I've seen it, and it happens all over the place. What we're answering, or what we're going to, is that you don't really need this any longer. Really, what you need to move to is a private dealership cloud. So over here in the private dealership cloud, all these things with blinking lights are all taken care of in the cloud. It all scales, it all moves up with your business. The only thing that you need to buy are switches. Switches are the things that your PCs actually plug into. So if you buy more PCs, at some point you got to put another switch in. But that's one small piece of hardware that's there. Everything else is part of the private dealership cloud. So if you need a new server for a new application, that's in the cloud. If you need upgrades, you need other things, you need more disk space. If things run out of room, that's all scaled inside of the private dealership cloud. So you don't need to worry about it at this level where you're buying stuff and having a whole room full of things. You're just moving into the private dealership cloud. What happens under the old model? If you go and buy a new dealership, in a typical scenario, so now you've got buy servers and you're filling up things over here into this room, and maybe even came some old crappy stuff in that dealership and you don't even know what it is. You make your connection and you've got two dealerships full of this stuff now. Again, in the private dealership cloud world, you buy another dealership, you need switches for whatever PCs are there, and you make your connection to the private dealership cloud. Now you have both dealerships running on the same platform. Everything stays the same, it scales, it moves with your business, and you buy and sell dealerships and just connect them, and you don't have rooms full of equipment. You get out of this whole world over here of buying equipment, so you really don't need that anymore. And that's the big difference. What you need to do is move into the private dealership cloud and get out of the hardware business. Get back to selling cars and trucks, move everything in here, and don't worry about the technology. To learn more about the private dealership cloud, give us a call at Heatseeker Automotive.